Hey guys, it's Christina. Welcome back. So, as you saw by the title of today's video, we're doing a bookshelf tour 2025 edition. It hasn't changed much since my last bookshelf tour, but it has changed enough where I was like, time to do another video. So here we are. I will start by my TBR area stuff, then my main shelves, and then I have a little tiny shelf in the living room. But I also got 4 new shelves, I think, since the last time I did a tour. So that is a big update. But anyway, let's get into it because we do have a few things to go through. So first, like I said, we're going to be doing my TBR, and firstly, before that, I guess, we're going to do my immediate TBR, which I have in one shelf that you'll see now, and these are the books that I know are going to be the ones I want to read next, compared to the books on my TBR cards. So here we have the books. You might recognize some of them, you might not, but I think at the top of my list right now is the K.O. Walther book, the Lori Gilmore book, the Boys of Tommen, and some of the fantasy ones. But this is my TBR shelf, immediate TBR anyway. This is already a lot of books for me, so I'm a little already overwhelmed just by looking at it. If you are too, I'm sorry. Okay, and now I will show you my TBR cart. I did move it so I can show you guys better, but here is my TBR cart. On the top shelf, technically, it's not books. I have my bookish stuff like my bookmarks, my camera when I film with this, stickers and stuff like that, and just YouTube and craft stuff I have on top of here. But in the bottom shelves, it is filled with books to the brim, basically. I do think there's some space behind this one. Let us see. Yeah, there is some space behind that one, but not too much. But these are the books I have on this side. And then here are the ones I have on this side, which, yes. Now I'll show you guys my main shelves of the books I have read, and they are divided up. So the bottom shelf is all romance, and then the top shelf is starting to have some romance. Bottom, all romance. Then where I'm staring at right now is fantasy, and the next to it is like thrillers, mysteries. So first, I want to show you this area because these books I had on the shelves you just saw, the brown shelves, but I moved them here because I just wanted to move them here. And these are books that I liked but did not love, and I just put them away from my bed area because where my bed is where I keep my, the books I like the most, if that makes any sense. I do have some decorations. I have like the chakra stones, I think they're called, hockey pucks over there, and then just some things. That is not supposed to be there though. Then on one side of my bed, I have these books. I put together authors, and then these are kind of just some like miscellaneous besides the Colleen Hoover. I know, trigger warning. These I don't really have more than 2 of each author. Then in this corner, it is definitely more series / darker, not so lighthearted books besides a few of them here. We have, the Anna Huang series and a few Monica Murphy. Obviously all my Magnolia Parks books. As you can see, these are like books that are mostly in series or that have multiple authors of. Besides Malibu Rising, I had to separate from the rest of Taylor Jenkins reads. Then up here, we are starting to sorry if the moving is a lot. Up here, we're starting to collect the Binding 13 series, and then we have a few that are a little more like fiction and non-fiction. We have a few, I think that is a biography, but these are more fiction. I guess that's more fantasy, but these are fiction and poetry and just like more like serious books, especially Thug and Girl in Pieces. That leads us to this spot next to it where we have all my mystery / thriller. This is all I have, which honestly I think I would have more, but I think most of my books that are thrillers I have in physical book copies, I just haven't not read yet. And we have a lot of my favorites. Holly Jackson, I need to get her newest book, and then also I love Paula Hawkins, even though I've only read 2 books, and I also plan to get more Frida McFadden. Okay, then this is my favorite spot. It is literally just above my bed. This part has at least most, if not all, my favorite books. You have all of my Lynn Painter over here. One, Abby Jimenez is the only one I own, and this has been my favorite so far. My Emily Henry, I know I'm missing one. No, I'm missing two of hers. Then we have my Hannah Grace. We have my Carly Fortune, my Kale Wather, and then we have The Summer Turned Pretty and all of my Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I think I'm only missing Atmosphere, and I still haven't read that one. I've heard it's so good. Can't wait to read it. Okay, this is the first part on the fantasy side. We have a few of my favorites, all of my Leigh Bardugo books. I'm only missing two, and those two I haven't read yet, which are Hellbent and The Familiar, I'm pretty sure. And then we have a few that are still my favorite, but you know, these two did not enjoy that much, but we have a few miscellaneous, I guess. I want to continue the Vampire Diaries series as well. And then to finish off the fantasy side and to finish off the books in my room, we have the Holly Black series. These are staples to book talk. These are two, the Caraval series. Then we have Powerless. These are more like recent. And then we have obviously the Inheritance games and the Fourth Wing series. This is what it looks like on my room, and like to give you some perspective, here's the bed. I'm trying not to be very messy. You can also see that I'm reading another Chloe Walsh book, but this is how it looks like for the bed books, I guess. The books above my bed, I guess I should say. And then these are just above my desk. Also kind of want to hide the desk, but these are above my desk. The other shelves don't really have books yet. Obviously, the more I complete my TBR, the more these shelves get filled. I'll be using these and so on. Now we are in the living room. My cat is staring at me because I'm talking to something he doesn't recognize. But we're in the living room. The lighting is a little crappy, so I'm sorry about that. But I literally have like not six books, but I have like 10 or 12 books here for some reason. And I'll show you those now. So these are the books I have here. Some of them are not so popular. Some of them, obviously, like The Fault in Our Stars is very popular. And then we have the Divergent series. The 1,000 Heartbeats had a hot minute on TikTok, and just a few other ones that are in Spanish or something like that. But I don't know why I have these here. I want to bring them back to my room, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Here's the little intermission because he looks so cute. He has been like this ever since I got home like 4 hours ago. He acts like his life is so hard. So that is my bookshelf tour for 2025. Hopefully it wasn't too quick. I did try to show you everything. I didn't know if I should go in depth or not. If you don't want me to go in depth, let me know in the comments and I can make another video. But that is what my shelves look like at the almost end of 2025. Obviously, I'll make another video of my shelves in 2026, see if anything changes. Hopefully these shelves are a lot more filled. Maybe we can see if I have 1,000 books, because I think that means you own a library or something like that. I think that's pretty exciting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully the video wasn't too quick. Again, like I said, if you want me to go in depth, I will. I do also want to point out that I have a lot of books on my Kindle. Most of them are my physical TBR, just in case I prefer reading it on the Kindle. But I do have a lot of books on my Kindle, so if you want to know what's on my Kindle, I keep saying Kindle. If you want to know what is on it, please let me know. I might make a video on TikTok because that will be a lot shorter. But yeah. Anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye!